reveals no fossil structure until -3. At this point, I think it'll be a small mammal bone. All other strata substances to -3 homogeneous. Pressure 2 1/5 atmospheric. Frequency setting for silica 552529. Nothing significant until -4.033 here. There's a flat square ferrous compound here. That strongly suggests human interference. Frequency setting for silica 6229. We can extract to -5. We're now right over it. The structure has not been breached. The enclosure is hollow. Pressure within the structure -5 atmospheric. Gaseous content inert. No local damage to the object. Enclosure begins at -0.35 to -0.37. Frequency setting for silica at this depth, 54555.
I haven't been here, in this place, for almost 4 years, since my wife Clara died. 4 years ago I sat here and I felt my body begin to shrink, to retreat from the world. All my feelings contracted, all my sensibilities. There was no pleasure in waking, no reaching out, no deep breath coursing through my body. Before dull numbness took hold, I felt that contraction to the core. This is where the cancer begins, in the shrinking, in the shallow breath, in the stagnation of energy in the body. Not with a tumor. The tumor is a symptom, a final stage of a process that began long before, which began with a no. When one gives up, resigns, says, no, I cannot. I think I deceived myself that these moments would be joyous. The idea of making contact across time. The Rhizome project has kept me going all through these years. I realized all along that I would never witness this contact that might be made. And now I am here physically recording myself. I mean, I am completely unaware of you anyway, or of your movements. But in the context of this Rhizome project, I am recording myself in March 1996. Wherever you are, this is what I'm doing. This fashion of recording is not common to my time, although I suspect it is about to become extremely popular. It is a holographic recording, a spatially interactive representation of my location and my movements within it. The technology has a limit, but there is free movement within its range. Your physical movements are plotted by the headset you are wearing and represent to you a live picture wherever you are within the environment. There are some pretty primitive elements to this apparatus. The basic principle was simple enough to elaborate up to a point, but beyond this rather crude mechanism, I would require a great deal more resources to continue. This recording is being made at the speed of light. It is being stored optically at the point of interference between reflected laser light and a second dissecting beam. Both these beams are bent in such a way that they mirror the landscape with a photographic quality of representation. Every incidence of light is recorded. All of these proceedings. Now, although in principle the recording apparatus works, I find its translation crude. I have to link the holographic recordings to some farcical video technology. The trouble is the translation between pure light frequency and video, which takes this light and translates it into bits, flattens it out. So, you know, it's not all perfect. But perhaps you translate things differently. I want to say some general things about the time I live in, characterized by massive leaps in knowledge and technology, an unprecedented realm of suffering, and the slow crawl in our understanding of awareness. In most human affairs, there are blatant examples of license, opportunism, reluctance to look at the implication of actions. We know that in all these respects, this behavior is chaotic and anti-life. Almost no one wants disaster, but we tolerate it happening all the time, because to look self-critically at human structure as it is, and see what is inverted by our upbringing, how life is molded by so-called civilization, has become terrifying. To this we say no. To the nature of life we say no. And so follows war, famine, suffering, the unrelenting ruination of vitality on this rare planet. This no is identical with I don't want it, I fear it, I loathe it. Why is it here? Why does it have to live or exist? The no is in people's structure, not in their desires, not in their positive conscious wishes, but in their character. I think that until this no is prevented from forming in newborn infants, that the human race will remain in great difficulty. You can see it in the hospitals. The damage is being done right there, in the very beginning, right before and after birth. There is the disposition for all the rest of it. The no, the spitting, the not wanting, the having no opinion, not being able to develop anything. Many people are dull. They are dull, dead, uninterested, and then they develop pseudo-contacts, fake pleasures, fake intelligence, superficial things. There is a general loosening and invasion of sense, chaotic though it is, but it is too slow a rate of opposition to save the vital character of life upon this earth. I am pessimistic about this. We are blotting life out. We are killing diversity. As a race, we cannot tolerate life on a very deep level. And we demonstrate this by evasion for the responsibility of awareness. We don't see, or we do not want to realize what it means for the future to have this inherent contact with life drummed out of us from birth onward. I do not say this to depreciate the complexity of human life. I do not say it to diminish all people, their honor, their loves, their lives. I say it because it is true, because it is going on throughout, in the theories of child rearing to the distribution of resources and wealth. And it is why I have this rhizome project going. There is no way of gauging the extent of experience, of knowledge. There is no way to fathom how deep we can go. There are no authorities to dictate what will be the knowledge of the future. So, I have compiled an archive. It is my attempt at contact with the future, because I have no contact with humans in the present. I cannot bring myself to it. I cannot give of myself as I have before. I have retreated. So, rhizome, the plant that grows underground, a subterranean system reaching into the future to strangle the roots, the binding weed of this no I speak of. So I would hope. And yet, if you are experiencing this as the past, then a contact has been made. A rhizome system linking disparate plateaus in time. And in this awareness, I am completely alone. There's no soul far and wide to talk to give of one's feelings, to let one's feelings go freely, to speak like friends speak to each other. This is all.